Welcome back to Deprive Yourself.
Well, it's good to be back on Deprive Yourself, or at least that's how I feel. Macon, do you feel the same way?
I feel many things, but especially great about being here with you, buddy.
Wow. You can really feel the love in the air tonight.
That's right. Speaking of love, we don't have any sponsors. No one loves us.
So you can be the next sponsor by commenting and liking below.
Even better. I actually have something for you. You know, we had a hard challenge this week, so I wanted to get you a little gift.
A little gift?
But here's the thing about the gift.
Okay, I'm listening.
You can't look at it when you open it. You have to guess what the gift is. So
I can smell it.
You can't smell anything yet. You have to guess what it is.
I can smell it.
He can smell nothing. So go ahead, get into it.
Okay.
Keep your eyes closed.
My eyes are closed.
They have to stay.
I'm continuously closed. I don't like that you leaned away. I don't trust anything about this.
It's fine. Open
the
bag.
I think that you changed it out with something else.
No, it's still the same bag. You can open your eyes. I promise. It's still the same bag.
Okay, this is still the same bag.
Yeah. It's
I'm
fine.
going
I was
in.
moving the other bag out of the way. Yeah, get the stuff out. Nothing's going to grab you. There's nothing in...
I don't trust anything about it. I don't want to reach my hand into the bag. I am anxious.
It's fine. Just open it. It's a small package.
Okay. It smells like coffee.
It does smell like coffee.
Is it coffee?
You have to open the box.
Yeah, I can't get into the box. Everything's very hard. Oh, hold on. I figured it out. I'm almost... Oh, my gosh. We've had some real breakthrough. Don't open it too haphazardly.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent. Now, give it a big old whiff. Now, open your eyes. And we have a sponsor! It's Dustin's mom again! She sponsored us again! Isn't this amazing? Look at this.
My mom really loves me.
Dustin's mom. Dustin's mom.
Wait, but this one just simply says, wow.
So does this one. But also Dustin's mom. So what is the show about? We've told you in the prior episodes, but in case you're just now tuning in, what's our mission statement, Dustin?
Letting go to live for God. Letting go of things determined by little capsules that come out of this machine. So last week's challenge was coffee! We did it for,
3 days.
Mm-hmm.
That was our challenge for last week's episode, which we'll throw up in that corner there for you to see if you want to check it out.
Yeah.
And then all the time capsules are in that guy right there.
This dude.
The time capsule machine. And
this
that
freaking guy.
Yeah, and how many days there are. How did you do in that challenge?
Let me tell you about things that are hard to do. There's professional welding, jumping off of a cliff with no parachute and not dying. And then there's not drinking coffee for 3 days. It was tough, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, it was tough. Macon, it was tough. I have a cup of coffee every day when I get here at 9 a.m., and I did not realize how much of a creature of habit that I am. I get here to work, I go, and I start the coffee machine, and then I sit there while the coffee machine brews, and then I get my cup of coffee, and then I go do my work. When that was gone, I felt confused. I didn't know how to start my day. I just sat there staring at the thing.
Speaking of which, he sent me a recording of that earlier this week. On I think it was day 1. You were already suffering.
I was honestly very surprised to see how dependent I was on not just the coffee, but the routine of it all. Once that tiny little chain was gone, everything else just felt not wrong, but off. Yeah, it felt very off.
That was only 3 days as well. That could have easily been a 7-day challenge.
I fell asleep 3 times at my job. And one time I fell asleep like with my face in the chair, kind of like how kids... I'm going to demonstrate, actually. I fell asleep in my chair like this. And I don't even know how I did it. I just woke up like that. Sorry, Pastor Jeff.
Dustin works here at this lovely church that we get to film at. Thank you, St. Andrews, by the way, for letting us film here.
Pastor Jeff is a great boss. I love Pastor Jeff.
So I don't drink coffee, as I said way too many times the last episode, or twice. I don't know. I said it too often. But I decided to go with caffeine instead, since I don't. And while I do drink caffeine almost religiously,
You did all caffeine? I thought you just did soda.
I thought I did just soda too. But after looking back at how I edited the video, we spoke as if I picked caffeine after I declared just soda. So
Poor guy.
through poor editing, I made myself do caffeine when I initially said soda, but I edited out the soda. Y'all aren't even going to see that. Either way, it wasn't that hard for me. Although I did have to get water from Taco Bell. I still, of course, went to Taco Bell. So here's how that went. I would like to order a beefy 5-layer burrito and a bottled water. That'll be it. So as you may know from the last episode or don't know, whenever we complete a challenge, we actually are giving out badges to ourselves and you guys for completing the challenge. Take it away.
So congratulations, guys. You did it. And if you didn't do it, that's okay. You can try again, and then you can still get your badge. If you never get the badge, don't feel bad. There's definitely going to be a challenge I never get a badge for.
We have a scripture that actually goes along with what we're doing and our objective in Deprive Yourself, as we mentioned before. Last week's verse was also in Galatians. 2 of them been in Galatians. Galatians got some good word.
Galatians. But this week, we're mixing things up a little bit.
That's right. We're going to be in Philippians.
Full of pies.
Philippians 4:4. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Now, I'm going to rejoice because that's a very short scripture and very easy to edit and post.
What we want to encourage you guys to do this week is, if you're feeling like the challenge is hard, whatever comes out of these wonderful machines here, whatever you're going through, when you feel the need to do whatever it is that you're not currently doing, take that time to rejoice. We're doing like a substitution here. We're going to substitute whatever the thing is with rejoicing in the Lord, with praising God.
Yeah, and something about that too, you're probably going to have a hard time. Dustin had a hard time. And I know those videos that we just showed were entertaining. And they may have been a proper reflection of how we were actually feeling in the moment. And we probably even weren't terribly happy about it. But I think a lot of the joy can be found with knowing what's going to come of it.
Yeah.
Based on, what building your character can do, or, what your suffering can do. And when we read in Galatians in Romans last week, about how, your suffering builds character and your character builds what was the
building blocks.
Yeah, the building blocks.
It starts with one thing and it ends with
hope.
Something better. Hope. Yeah. Hope.
Yeah. So remember that going forward, that, temporarily speaking, you're probably going to suffer. That's life.
That is life, unfortunately.
That's life. But
you're only guaranteed 2 things in life, and that's to die and pay taxes. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The new challenge of the week. This is going to be challenge technically number 3, correct?
Technically 3. I know in episode 1 we said it's not technically a challenge, but then we made it a challenge by saying pray first and then gave it a badge. So it was like a challenge, not challenge. But you're not depriving yourself of anything in that one. But in this one you are. Yes, this is our second official Deprive Yourself challenge.
Sure am excited to see what comes out of that machine.
Yes.
Give me the old twister rounds.
Hey, okay.
Whoa! Hold on.
Are we going to guess?
Yeah, we always have to guess. What do you think it's going to be?
I can tell you what I, again, hope it's not, which is fast food.
I think it's going to be flying kites.
That's not on there.
It's definitely in there. Okay. I made sure of it.
For all of you who have a habit or a problem flying kites, this might be your day.
Show the folks at home. What is it?
Go over the speed limit.
Oh, man.
I said that last week.
I think the first 7 day, I'm definitely going to...
It depends on what it is.
Yeah, that's
If it's
true.
going over the speed limit, which is in here, ooh.
This is going to be character building, because I'm going to be tempted quite frequently to go over the speed limit. Therefore, I'm going to spend a lot of time rejoicing in the Lord.
With me, I'm going to have too much energy, so what I'll probably do is roll my window down and scream violently the whole time I'm going exactly the speed limit.
Wow. So would you say that you're being very... let's move on to the time machine.
We're going to the time machine. Okay, go over the speed limit. If it's 7 days,
I'm
going to be...
Macon, this is going to require a lot of Great patient.
Again, I don't think it's seeable from there. Let's figure out how much time it's going to take for us to lose our minds in this challenge.
There's definitely one in there.
Excellent. Nice.
And I already saw what it was.
I think I saw it too. I think I saw it. Please let my handwriting deceive me.
Pause the video right now and let us know what you think it's going to be. It's definitely 7 days.
No! That starts for us right now.
Literally right now.
So I was going to say I do the 5 over rule, but some days I do the 7 over rule. Right? I do have a problem speeding. I know it's not a good habit. I know it's not good. But if it's dead on the road, on Back Beach, our main road that we drive on, I'm gonna go a little bit faster. Plus, I do not properly plan out my time ahead to make it to work or anywhere else. So I'm always like, I'll just go a little faster. I know how to dodge the lights. Not run through red lights. I do not run through red lights.
That's usually my commonplace as well. One thing this is going to teach me, I know especially, is to prepare myself ahead of time, like you were saying. Prepare myself for the extra time that I'm going to spend on the road. I feel like this is honestly going to be very character building.
Yeah, because I mean, road rage does kind of come with it, and road rage is in here too, by the way, as a separate capsule. But I mean, it's funny like how quickly I am to try to get from point A to point B, because there was a time where my car wasn't working properly, and I remember I had to take it to the dealership to get it looked at. And I remember thinking the whole time, I was praying, I was like, just get me there. The whole time, that's all I could think about. I wasn't speeding. I was driving as carefully as possible to get there. I remember the whole time I was driving there, I was like, this is very different than how I usually drive, which is I want to flip over the car in front of me every single time, and I don't want to look at the speed limit sign. It wasn't like that at all. I was happy that I was even in a car making it to the dealership. I was happy I even landed there. So it really did provide a lot of perspective to just like really appreciate that. So really, hopefully I get more of that throughout 7 days on my way home from recording.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't have a choice to think about it any other way now. Neither do I, and neither do you.
That's right. As a reminder, so last week we said you could pick your days ahead of time. That is applicable this week, at least for us, because we're going to do the full 7. If for whatever reason you don't feel up to full 7, you can do less. You. I would obviously encourage you. I'm sure Dustin would obviously encourage you to really try for it. Even if you fail, it's like we said, God's grace is awesome, and
Absolutely.
we are made in His image, and every day you succeed is a success. Count your successes.
Absolutely.
Okay? So don't forget that going into this challenge or any challenges before. If you're still doing your coffee one and watching this one for whatever reason, boy, you're in for it. And something else too, some of our viewers either may be too young to drive, or some of you may not even have vehicles or you use public transit. So think about alternatives that could work for you. Don't walk too quickly. I don't know.
Maybe don't try to push past other people that are walking. I don't know. This is hard.
I mean, maybe it has something to do with patience. So maybe if you find that your patience is really short, I certainly have the shortest patience of probably anybody.
I got it. Don't cross the road until the little light turns white and says that you can walk. Don't prematurely cross the road.
That's an example.
So these challenges, I just want to take the time. We both wanted to take the time to say these things are not evil, and we don't want you to demonize them or think that we're demonizing them, because they're not, right? So video games, not an evil thing inherently. Can they be used for evil practices? Yes, if they have some disgusting things in them or are not glorifying to God or specifically do the opposite thing. But the thing itself is not evil. And we have a scripture to say here that goes along with it. You want to take that away, buddy?
Sure. It's in Colossians.
Yeah.
For by him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether in thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things were created through him and for him. So like what Dustin was saying before, it isn't necessarily the thing. Some things, like he said, can be. And then, going over the speed limit is technically illegal. So that's something to think about. It's what you do with these things as well that's important. And remember that God comes first in it. So if, and I've historically had a habit of even in my childhood, playing video games. And like, if I don't want to think about things or if I want to escape or go somewhere, that's what I go to.
Right. Not that the video game, it's evil.
It's just what I was doing with it was.
Right. What you use it for cannot be a necessarily healthy practice for your relationship with God or your relationship with other people. or
Yeah.
your own personal health, right? So these things aren't evil. It's
Yeah.
when we use them for the wrong reasons that they become stumbling blocks or just bad in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah, you really don't know what you depend on until you take it out of your life. So that's why this channel is here.
I sure am looking forward to driving very slow.
Yeah. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we have an Instagram as well. The handle, is it called a handle?
Sure.
The thing that you grab
The
onto.
@ sign with the name.
The @ sign with the name is above us in the glowy fun font. And we'll post random things on there too.
We would like to thank St. Andrew's Assembly of God for letting us use this awesome building in the women's ministry room. Thank you, women of St. Andrew's Assembly, for letting us use your room.
Thank you.
Let us know how the week went. Your week, your challenge. I know we already said that once or twice, but we really want to know. Let's build community. Let's build a group of people together that want to glorify God by purposefully making space for him past what they normally do in their everyday lives.
Yeah, because it's hard. Let's be frank. It's going to be hard for all of us. And obviously, we're doing it in an entertaining way, and it's obviously fun. We're goofing off, but at the end of the day, we are doing all of this to glorify God.
Indeed.
So, and that's for yourself as well. So, if anything, remember that. And if you have any suggestions, for future challenges, like we've mentioned before, put it in the comments. If you are enjoying the content so far, liking and subscribing as the usual YouTube slogans.
And tell your friends.
tell your friends that we're either great or horrible. All that feedback is constructive for us.
Yes.
Give them that good old wink.